is an essential requirement for human survival. But despite the fact that great efforts have been made to address the food security issue in Africa, there's still a huge gap that needs to be addressed. Considering the fact that a large percentage of the food that we produce is currently being wasted. Well, is that something that can be solved with innovation in the food value chain? That's the question that we're hoping to answer today, as 5 finalists from across the country are going to be slugging it out in front of our panel of judges. My name is Banale Olukani, and this is the FMN Prize for Innovation live pitch event. Over 500 applications were received for the FMN Prize for Innovation. And of those 500, only 5 finalists are here today. Now, the true question is, are they going to be able to present ideas and solutions on how to curb food loss and waste? Well, that's what we're going to be finding out shortly. The judges are going to be judging them based on the following criteria: ingenuity of the ideas, the social commercial purpose of the idea, the thoroughness of research, the impact and sustainability, and of course, the likelihood and possibility of success of the idea. The show is about to begin. Are you ready? See you, judges. We are really excited for today's live pitch event. I have a few questions for you before we begin. Now, Mira, you have worked in the space of really curbing food waste. And right now, the UN is estimating that 50% of the food that's being produced in Africa is being wasted. Do you think that there's a lot more room for innovation to really fix the issue that we're having at hand?
I guess the answer is yes, there's a lot of room for improvement. Yes, there's a lot of room for innovation. And yes, some of the basic infrastructural challenges in Nigeria, bad roads, bad electricity, are contributing to the problem. So I think there's a lot of room for entrepreneurs at every level. Every level of the food chain, there is waste that comes out, and there are opportunities to innovate.
Okay, we'll see if we can find some curves today. Bezo, what are you expecting from our finalists? What do you want to see at this live pitch event?
So I'm looking for 2 things. The first, really innovative, creative ideas that could potentially transform the sector, but at the same time, credibility. And credibility of the entrepreneur. Have they spent time really developing the idea? Have they started execution here? So those 2 things for me are quite important.
Credibility, Adenike, what would you say SMEs in Nigeria really need to be able to push themselves to the next level?
For me, the first thing will be proper enabling policies that enable very good ideas to start to grow and be sustainable so that we can actually see them create the jobs and the impact that we know that they can do.
All right, thank you. Sadiq, when you think about it, FMN decided and said, you know what, let's put together the Prize for Innovation pitch event. What inspired you guys to make sure that this happened?
Food is important to life, is important to sustenance. Where else do we need innovation if not in food? So in order to be able to reach the 2030 UN Sustainable Development Agenda, we need to be able to innovate our way out of these problems.
That's right. Thank you, judges. I'm looking forward to seeing how this is going to play out. Now, we're going to be meeting our 5 finalists right after this.
My name is Amadi. I'm the CEO of Anecor Farms. My system of farming is all about using fish water to grow plants. My expectation is just to let my idea out there. I know this platform is going to push this idea out there for people to hear and know about aquaponics and the importance of it.
Hi.
Hi.
Don't worry, we're not going to bite. Don't mind the questions. I promise we'll try to keep it light. So the floor is yours.
My name is Amadi. I'm the CEO of Anecol Farms. I'm also an aquaponic designer. Anecol Aquaponics Farm is aimed at solving 3 thriving problems in our society, and they are consumption of chemically grown food, food waste, and of course, environmental pollution. Consumption of chemically grown food. Most of the foods we consume are produced using industrial means. Here, food is grown in a well-secured environment using the most natural processes. Using the most natural processes and, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Okay, sorry.
Just smile, take a deep breath, take as much time as you need.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Yeah. Aquaponics is highly scalable because the processes involved in running a small-scale aquaponics farm like mine is applicable the same in running the large or commercial-scale aquaponics farm. No difference at all. If I'm opportune to be the winner of this great competition, the prize will help me in a long way to expand my operation. And I will say lastly that food is life. Same way we respect life, we need to respect food. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you so much.
So can I ask the first question? I'm just curious to know, where is your operation right now, the one that you're doing, and what kinds of plants are you growing?
What's the capacity of your current farm operations that you have, and then who are you selling them to?
What type of fish?
Okay.
I'm assuming there could be 2 different types potentially, and what type of vegetables or other crop are you growing?
Okay, thank you very much for the question. Actually, in aquaponics system of farming, fish is not really the watch item. It is the plants. And the work of the fish is just to produce nutrients for the plant. And currently, I have 4 beds of size 4 feet by 8 feet. And I'm basically growing cucumbers because that's the highest demand I have in a local jar. In this size of bed, I grow at least 15 plants of cucumber, and each plant gives me at least minimum of 15.
If you were to win the grand prize, what would you do with the funds?
Exactly. Going to expand my operations. Going to expand it. I'm going to get a space. Like I was working on a space before I got known about this competition. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to pay for the space because I'm already working towards it. It's just the payment aspect. So I'm going to pay for it, then get my equipment closer there and start constructing a new system.
I think that's all the time we have, but we really, really appreciate your pitch.
Thank you so much
for sharing your time with us.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful.
And how did it go?
It was awesome. Yeah. Do not ask me if I'm nervous. I'm not. It was awesome.
You know, the feedback that you got from the judges, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, what side would you say that you're possibly going home with the prize money?
I'll rate it. I'll give myself 8.
I like it. I love the confidence. You know, this really is what it's all about. It's about making sure that you put your best foot forward and seeing possibly if you're able to bring out a solution that's going to be able to curb food loss and, of course, waste. So we're going to head back in because we're going to be hearing about the second pitch right now.
My name is Emmanuel Chisom Eze. I'm a techpreneur. I'm the co-founder of Green Creation Energy Limited. Green Creation Energy Limited is a technology-based company that is at the forefront of innovation, basically to improve the quality of lives of people, to accelerate processes, and to ultimately drive our economy forward. Good day, judges. My name is Emmanuel Chisum Eze, and this is my partner Isaac Edmond, and we are co-founders of Creation Energy. Creation Energy actually is a technology-based company that is at the forefront of innovation to produce products and systems that make people's lives easier, accelerate processes, and ultimately drive our economy forward. Right. So this particular product is a product that converts cassava wastewater to electricity. Now, if you stay with me, Nigeria has a very big problem with electricity. We produce over 4,000 megawatts, which is painfully insufficient to cater for a population of over 200 million Nigerians living here, right? So what's the big idea, you might ask? Now, we're trying to see how we can actually convert waste to wealth. We are trying to see how we can use supposedly cassava wastewater and turn it into electricity. That's the idea here. Right, so this is GIAP, an energy kit that converts cassava wastewater to electricity. So now the technicality of this is that, like, we have cells which we cascaded. Now we work cassava wastewater. This cassava wastewater is an electrolyte, right? So it uses the zinc and the copper electrodes, yes, that we pass in through, and then we cascade it to form, using our energy conversion system, we produce, like, this is about like 500 watts, which can be scaled to, higher energy demand, to meet higher energy demands. A product like this would need like a lot of research, a lot of work for it to be roll out to the market. So basically that is what we're going to be needing the funds for. So, and I think I'll be happy to take your questions now.
If I may start, just to understand the technology a bit more.
Yeah.
When you say cassava water,
yes,
what actually is the process by which the cassava water gets converted to electricity? Maybe you can explain that a little bit more.
Yeah.
And is it also limited to cassava water?
So cassava wastewater actually contains acetic acid and cyanide acid, and this is the acidic solution that's responsible for the production of electric current, right? So if you understand the electrolysis process, you know that this is very, very possible, right? So that is the working process of this, and it's just limited to cassava water. There are other electrolytes, but this particular product is just limited to cassava water. There is nothing else that we can do.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you get cassava water in the first place?
Yes. So this is, like I mentioned in the pitch as well, we're the largest producers of cassava. So it's something that is everywhere.
Producing cassava does not guarantee that you generate cassava water.
Yes, of course.
Are you talking about the water from the cassava tuber?
I'm talking about the water from
the cassava root.
Yes. So when you make, I don't know whether you're familiar with something that is called apple. This is our eba, and gari making processes and things like that. So when you're making that the apple, and you're fermenting that, the cassava is actually on the water and stuff like that. Yeah. That water that you get out of it is what we use. Right.
So from the cassava press,
yes,
to get the slurry.
Yes. So it doesn't necessarily
have the water from the slurry that
yes,
using
yes.
In terms of scale, because we're part of this competition is looking at scalability.
Yes.
What do you then think happens when you start to produce this, and then people know that you're using it for a product that also will be sold? Have you thought through the potential risk or challenges with that?
So I think majorly it's partnerships. And as we figure these things out as we go, we're not at that stage of rolling out, and we're just at the stage of testing and prototyping and things like that. But then, partnerships will do a lot of the job here. You can meet people, off-takers, you can meet people who process these things, and then you come to an agreement that, this is what we need, this is what we can provide for you as well. Something like that, just to get it in large quantity, because nothing goes for nothing. But I think we are going to figure it out once we get.
Right now you're in pilot phase, so it's easy to organize the logistics and the capex. So you, at scale, you have to store and distribute large amounts of cassava water. You effectively are a diesel equivalent distributor.
In terms of logistics and moving it around and things like that, I think that's something that we need to figure out as we go, something that we need to do some more research on.
Our company is still young, so we need time to test and know how long it will last.
So these are the cells, the battery cells,
yes,
and the cassava cells. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Creation Energy. So, you guys have a really interesting innovation. How do you feel like the judges received it?
Well, I think they loved our products, yeah, and they were fascinated as well. So everybody is really fascinated. So it's very good to be on set and, to present our products. It was very awesome.
Now, Emmanuel, I spoke to you earlier and, you said it was very unique. Do you feel like the judges agreed with you on the uniqueness of the product?
Yes, I think they perceived that it was unique. They asked a lot of questions to that effect as well. So, and, I think it was perceived as we spoke.
Thank you very much, guys, and I wish you guys the absolute best of luck. We still have 3 more pitches. This is the FMN Prize for Innovation.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. My adorable twins, they look so alike, but they don't like wearing the same things. And my little man, he loves to learn his own way because doing things his way is more fulfilling. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal. It allows me to satisfy everybody just the way they want it.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, nutritious, a source of protein and fiber. Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
Within the agricultural sector, we work closely with a network of smallholder farmers, farmers association, outgrowers, young entrepreneurs, and key dealer distributors to secure the essential raw materials needed for our production process. To strengthen their capabilities, FMN continues to invest in the provision of enabling structures, particularly in the areas of specialized training, agronomic support, and related extension services. We harness our expertise, as well as great innovation, the reach of our business, so that these farmers can enjoy access to better inputs, aggregation, and storage via our network of warehouses, collection points, and silo complexes, which helps to reduce post-harvest yield losses, improve yields, and help distribution. Better crop yields for the farmers means that they can now earn more for themselves and for their families. It also means they can produce affordable agricultural produce for the market, the consumer, and industries. This is one of the ways that we can positively impact the general standard of living in the communities in which we operate. It is essential because we know that the sustainability and future growth of our business depends on it.
I'm farmer Sampson. What I do is soilless farming. I grow my plants without the use of soil. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm farmer Sampson Ogbale, team lead Eupepsia Place Limited, with trademark name Soilless Farm Lab. At Eupepsia Place Limited, what we do is growing of our plants without the use of soil. That is things like hydroponics, aeroponics, and aquaponics. So we have our soilless farming, which is the foundation of everything we do. And the choice for this is because we understand that food production should not be seasonal because hunger is not seasonal. In addition, we also understand that for the push of civilization, there is a need to take advantage of the vertical space. So we also have our vertical farming system. In addition, we have ways of packaging our produce to ensure that it can come from the village and sit in the posh palaces in the city. Much more than that, to ensure we have proper water conservation, we use MI and AI-based irrigation system in watering our plants. One of the biggest issues we still have to date is logistics. Between yesterday and today, I spent about 200,000 naira transporting produce from Abeokuta to Ogun State to sell to my customers. And this is a big issue. So we want to get our own bus so that we have a little bit of control in moving our produce from the farms to the city. Number two, we want to get a motorcycle or a tricycle rather within the farm. Now, the essence of that is because of the kind of vegetables that we grow, we want to get certified. And for us to get certification, we understand that it is wrong to carry vegetables around in the farm inside crates open. So we want to have an enclosed system to move the vegetables around the farm. Next, then we can get our certification. And finally, we'll use 16% of the funds for crates. There are crates for moving things like tomatoes, lettuces, and all of that around the farm. Thank you for listening.
Who's your market right now? You said you're selling in Lagos. Are you selling into traditional markets? Are you selling to supermarkets? Can you tell us about sort of who you're selling to, and if you have like revenue figures that you can share, sort of what kind of revenues are you earning right now?
All right, so we have 4 major markets right now in Lagos. The first are aggregators. Aggregators are those that buy from us to go and resell. We do not control who they sell to. The next are people we call distributors. They buy from us at a discount, but they must sell in our name and at the price we fixed on our website. Then we have nutritionists. These are people that own things like fresh juice companies, salad companies. So for example, we have the likes of Salad View who buys from us. Then finally are the walk-ins. So the walk-in forms about 2% of our customers. Then as for revenues, right now in a week, we make about 1.5 million revenue.
How have you financed your growth to date?
So to date, we started with crowdfunding. By next month, we should pay off everybody that we ever collected funds from. After that, we go to the next phase, which is for this year, our vision is get as much grant as we can get so that we can have structures that people would see, and next year look for partners. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you.
Sampson, oh, come over here. Whoa, what an impressive pitch. You really wowed the judges, didn't you?
Time will tell.
Time will tell. I like that. I like that humility. But, you know, there's not much to be humble here. Sampson, you've really done an impressive job in already pushing your product. In fact, I would say you're already a big boy. So what are you doing here? Like, what made you come out for this pitch?
Yeah, we need funds to ensure that we have our own boss to take care of logistics. Yeah.
Well, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if the pitch that Sampson provided was enough to wow the judges so he can go home with the grand prize of 3 million naira. We have 2 more pitches. Let's see how those are going to go.
My name is Olanrewaju Oluwafemi. I'm the CEO of Middlebrook Farms. We are into production of organic liquid fertilizer, mushroom cultivation, and black soldier fly rearing. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
Thanks. My name is Olanrewaju Oluwafemi. I'm the CEO of Middlebrook Farms. We are into organic liquid fertilizer production, mushroom cultivation, and black soldier fly breeding as well. Nigeria, being the largest cassava producing country in the world, generates as much as an estimated 15 million tons of cassava waste annually, most of which goes to waste. So we've been able to successfully create a raw material that we convert into for human food production, animal feed, as well as nutrient-rich compost or fertilizer. How do we do this? Basically, we create new products, edible mushrooms, mushroom spawn, which are like the seed that the mushrooms grow out of, and the black soldier fly larva and compost. Now, how does this work? We start by collecting the peels, we pulverize or crush them into smaller particles, sterilize, and then inoculate or inject them into bags or stuff them into bags. Then incubate them for about 4 to 6 weeks, after which they fruit, and then we harvest them. Then the residue waste, we turn into a substrate for black soldier fly rearing. Basically what this does is that the larvae, they feed on the waste from the mushrooms and grow into a biomass that is protein rich, very high protein for animal feed production. And that also generates another byproduct, which is the compost or the fertilizer. Now, to scale this solution or innovation would have us have complete control of our spawn production. So it will require us getting a laminar flow cabinet, which is in the works, so that we can mass produce the spawn and to produce as much mushrooms as we want. And then we'll also have to start cultivating the mushrooms in bigger containers like drums or bigger bags. And then for the black soldier fly, we'll just have to mass produce them and breed them, which we already started, into trillions of them every month. And that's it. Thank you for having me.
So you've grown mushrooms, but is the market really demanding this such that you can scale it 10, 15 times? Or is there another product that is more relevant for the market? And yes, this is a nice to have, but really the market is not demanding. So how are you thinking about this opportunity, thinking from the customer end versus you have a product and then now looking for the market?
Okay. I've done my own research. Like I mentioned earlier, I've done some going around asking people about the product and all that, man. And in my judgment, there is a market for it, but it's not big enough yet. My strategy is to focus on those off-takers for now, initially. For now, we just want to have a market, have a business running.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Larry,
Thank you very much for having me as well.
Stimulating presentation. Wish you the best of luck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the best. Thank you.
Oh, Larry, why'd you? Man, they really grilled you in there.
Wow, yes. I'm glad it's over, but it was an enriching experience for me.
How do you feel, your presentation went? How would you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10?
I don't know, maybe to be modest, probably 6 or 7. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we're going to have to wait and see and find out, what the judges really thought about his pitch. Now, this is the FMN Prize for Innovation. Now, I want to let you guys know that we're not done yet. We do have one more final pitch, and then we'll be finding who's going to be going home with the grand prize of 3 million naira. You do not want to miss this.
My name is Chuksubuna. I'm the founder of Obanaku Agra Light Limited. Obanaku farms insects, and we do that with the purpose of exploring its possibility for our region in Africa.
My name is Chuksubuna. I'm the head of sustainability and planning at Obanaku Agra Light Limited, and I'm here with our head of operations as well. Now, Nigeria as a country has continued to grow in population. And this growth in population has led to 2 different things. Number 1 has been the increase in the amount of food waste that we produce, currently topping Africa with up to 40 million tons of food waste being produced annually. The other aspect of it is the demand for animal protein. So as we increase in number, we also need food. And then this is where the problem, this is the striking problem here now. Our process is a very simple process that goes this way. We collect food waste from schools, markets, restaurants, as well as production waste from food processing companies. And then it goes through a process of grinding and dewatering, and what comes out from there is what we call GDOS, ground dewatered organic substrate. That goes into our rearing facility, an insect facility that's a vertical facility, able to treat up to 10 tons of food waste monthly. After that process, what comes out of there is the live BSF larva, as well as the insect frass. After refining, we get the Hermetia organic fertilizer. We also get the Hermetia live grubs, and we also get the Hermetia dried grubs. So the yellow indicator just states that these products that are painted in yellow would only be available after this business year. And then those products will be the Hermetia meal, which is the direct input for the feed, livestock feed manufacturers, as well as the Hermetia oils. I mentioned the dried black soldier fly larva, and this is it. I would pick a sample of it and roll it down so we can just see how it looks. So it's crispy like this when it is dried.
So this gets mixed in with other
feed ingredients. This is the protein ingredient for feed production.
And these ones?
This is the whole dried
and you
larva.
just give it to the chickens?
Yes.
Like this?
Chickens, fish, pigs, and chicken, fish, and pigs. These are smaller sizes of it. The reason why we need smaller sizes of it is because different birds have different sizes of beaks. So the smaller birds might not be able to pick this up. And then the bigger birds also might not be able to pick this up, birds like turkeys. But here is the protein meal. This is what FMN needs to make their feed. This is what is the substitute for soya beans and for fish meal. Because how much more land can we farm to keep manufacturing soya beans just for feed? We already farm 33% of our farmlands just for making livestock feed. The other question is, are we going to keep catching fish to kill fish, to make fish meal, to make feed for fish? That alone is unsustainable.
What lessons have you learned from what other players have done in other markets that have maybe constrained the ability to scale? And from looking at those issues, you can now see if we solve these issues here, we can then resolve and scale in a more effective way.
I would say one, and he would say one.
The first one I would say would be mass production. That has been a major issue in insect farming as a whole. How do we mass produce it? And then the solution of vertical farming came in. We have to find a way to keep going as high as we can go, to follow the exponential growth of the insect itself. The other side of it, again, is our model. Trying to achieve mass production just by ourselves, just in our facilities, might be difficult. But being able to democratize this process for every other farmer who is interested in being a biorecycler under us just increases the limits of how far we can go in how much waste we are able to treat and how much we can farm the insects.
Our predecessors, everyone tried to, they raised $5 million and then tried to do everything really quickly, really technologically advanced. But for Africa, for something that's still a fairly new industry, I don't think it's really wise to throw so much money into the equipment, which has actually been the source of failure for a lot of other insect rearing operations. To spend so much money on optimizing love cages, on building sensors that check the temperature of the insects, that is it's not important, it's not useful. So in Africa, we've been, for the longest time, we've been people that we work with our hand, we work with feeling, we work with all of that. But when we reduce it, then it comes back to the model. When you bring it small and break it down and make it as easy for anyone to be able to keep, and then do it in a way where things can be easily fixed, things can be easily replaced without using too much complicated systems. I think that's something that we try to do. We say we use a unique African approach to keeping insects.
So you have that differential between soybean today, what you can generate in 1 acre, versus what's the end product of what you're doing?
Black soldier fly larva.
The black soldier fly larva.
Larva, yes.
But then that black soldier fly larva needs to go into a further
processing.
Correct?
Yes.
So there's a value lost.
Is there any so the 2.8 tons of larva, does it turn into 2.8 tons of the ground?
Meal.
Of the meal?
No, it doesn't.
There's a value loss.
Definitely it doesn't.
Correct.
But then while it's turning into the meal, there's another product which is the oil. So it's not like you're losing a part of the BSF, live BSF larva and getting the meal. You're also getting the oil, which is also an input for feed manufacturers.
Since August to date, how much have you sold?
We've sold about 12 bags.
How much? What's the price?
To give a fixed price, I'll say we've made close to about 170,000 naira.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm
now...
now...
Do this full time? You're doing this full time?
Yes.
Okay. So all the money, you've been the one that has also been financing. How have you financed your growth?
Okay, we started with a family and friends round.
Okay.
And then we were able to raise about 6 million naira.
Okay.
And then that was the trigger for setting up our facility and the research that we've been doing since 2019 up till now.
Thank you very, very much. It was a pleasure to meet you, and all the best. Thank you
so much.
All right, gentlemen. Oh, look at that big smile on your face. Chooks, you're feeling good, huh?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Okay, so before the pitch, you give yourself a 9 out of 10 in terms of your confidence level. Now that the pitch is over, the judges really grilled you. What would you say your confidence level is at?
I don't think it has changed in any way. I don't know.
Probably added a 0.5. Maybe 9.5?
9.5? Yeah. Okay. Well, let us see if the judges are going to be agreeing. We have come to the final moment, and this is the moment of truth, honestly, because shortly the judges are going to be deliberating, and then once they're done with the deliberations, we're going to find out who is going to be crowned and announce the winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation 2022. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Willie family. It's gonna be an amazing day today because we are having the new Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. It comes in a beautiful pack.
Yes, it contains dietary fiber for a healthy belly and protein
for a healthy body like mine. And here she comes, my twin. Wow! That was a strong kick.
Because Amazing Day contains calcium for strong bones.
Wow! Give it up for me!
Picasso. Because Amazing Day contains vitamin A for sharp eyes.
Kids, breakfast is ready.
Come on, Dad.
Yes.
You guys are amazing.
Every child is amazing at something. Feed their amazing with the new Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Amazing Day contains the power of 4 for strong bones, sharp eyes, and a healthy belly. Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
Baco, renowned for the supply of woven polypropylene packaging solutions to Nigeria and international market since 1972. Baco has remained Nigeria's leading manufacturer of premium woven polypropylene packaging, providing packaging solutions to key sectors. The Zero Fly Jumbo Bag stores and protects a larger quantity of grains and produce. Besides their massive space and cost-saving qualities, these bags have weight-carrying capacities for exports. Baco. Nobody bags it better.
The FMN Prize for Innovation is not your regular competition. Whoever emerges as a winner has the ability to address a food waste issue that we have in the continent of Africa. This is how it's going to go. The 5 finalists are going to join us back in this room, of course, with the judges. And from there, 3 will be chosen, down to 2. And of course, there will be 1 winner who's going to emerge and go home with 3 million naira and 3 months worth of supply of Golden Penny products. And I can tell you that it has not been easy. The decision has been tough, but the judges are ready. I have to say, I don't envy them. But after this, in a few minutes, we're going to find out whose innovation is going to be really helping in addressing the issue of food scarcity. Over to you, judges.
Well, I can say that it's been a very wonderful experience having you all here today. It's a shame actually that we have to choose a winner because speaking on behalf of all of the judges, I think we're very impressed by the quality of presentations that we've seen today.
So to me, I think one of the biggest ideas that I heard today in the room was Emmanuel's idea for creation energy. I think that was the first time I had ever heard about the use of cassava wastewater for electricity. And I thought, wow, this is something that sounds new. This is something that sounds really exciting in Nigeria.
Would this idea have some impact to solve a pressing problem within the environment, whatever that problem is? Is it energy related? Is it food waste? What is that particular problem? And so there were big debates around that. And it's interesting because we had different views of different problems that could be solved. So, on the one hand, we're saying that, the black soldier fly, it's definitely an important protein source, and that solves the problem. We also were...
we had two people.
We had 2 people. We had 2 people. We also had debates and were intrigued as well about using, water from, the fish ponds to be used in growing vegetables as well. And so there are a lot of conversations around that. And of course, your system as well that was using hydroponics as well to grow vegetables. So there's a lot of debate around that. But I think what we're looking for is how can we identify that solution that solves a problem in a very credible way.
In terms of innovation, one of the things that I also liked was really conversion of waste to either to immediate products that can then serve other fish or chicken as feed, or even to create other products that people can consume, like mushroom. And so it was great to see that, to see that being represented very strongly. Innovation, again, in terms of hardware and software technology, that was really very important for us. But also innovation in the way also to get food, to get produce to market, to link smallholder farmers with routes to market too. So I was very happy to see the innovation in the production and the marketing process, in the farming process to itself. And I'm really excited across all 5 of you.
Fantastic. I think one thing that's shown all across for me was the passion, starting from Anne, and not wanting to leave her employer, but still grafting.
I actually love the idea of being an entrepreneur. You guys have all done amazing to get this far. Olanrewaju, thank you so much for your time today, and congratulations once again for making it to the final round of the FMN Prize for Innovation. Unfortunately, your journey has to end here, and you will not be advancing to the next stage. But thank you again for your time. We really, really appreciate it, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in your endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Olanrewaju.
Thank you.
And this is always a very hard process because I know there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this. But I'd like to mention the energy and the time you put in to learning about the work you've done and building the business. Well done, congratulations. But for the FMN Prize for Innovation, unfortunately, you will not be going into the next round. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations to our final 3. One of the very important things for us in this competition was, again, this is the FMN Prize for Innovation. So we needed to see very strong, big and bold ideas targeted at really solving and enabling sustainable food systems. But we also wanted to make sure that those ideas were scalable. You could take them, and in the next 1 to 3 years, you could see them grow and really reaching a large audience. We also were looking at the innovation process also along that. And so for you in the top 3, you were able to show us very big, bold ideas. But what was also important was, can you take those ideas to the next level? Emmanuel, I'd like to inform you that at this time, you will not be making it to the top 2, but thank you very much for being part of the competition. Thank you.
Thank you. We're down to the last 2. How do you feel? What about you, Sampson? Well, I must say, first of all, it was a very tough choice. It was a very tough choice. There was very little, and there was a lot of debate. But eventually there was consensus, I'm glad to say, between us all. And on behalf of Flour Mills of Nigeria PLC, one of the things that we've elected to do is we felt it would be unfair to have both of you or either of you go home with nothing today. And so we felt the prize for the second runner-up or the first runner-up should be 1 million naira and also some support from FMN, because these are 2 great ideas, passionate individuals that are driving these ideas, and we really want to support you. That's what our brand represents. We want to support people who are passionate, who are solving real problems. So,
"51 food and agro-allied product brands, 21 subsidiaries, hundreds of industry accolades, over 150 billion naira in backward integration projects, over 14,000 dedicated employees and hundreds of business partners. Our journey of national commitment began in 1960 when our visionary founder, George Kumantaros, filed an application to establish and operate the premier flour mill at Apapa, Lagos. With extended operations in oil and fats, feed and proteins, starches, sugar production, agro-distribution, bag packaging, and logistics services. Our high-performing backward integration programs in sugar, oil palm, cassava, and grain production are helping Nigeria on its self-sufficiency journey to food security. Going forward, we will continue to fix our focus on creating opportunities, empowering communities, and sustaining growth. Flour Mills of Nigeria, feeding the nation every day.
Chooks, congratulations for being the first ever winner of the FMN Prize for Innovation. Well done.
Thank you very much.
So there you have it. What did you tell me? Tell me what you said.
I told you asked me how confident I am on a scale of 1 to 10, and I told you 9, and my partner told you 9.5. But ultimately, I'm happy for the exposure, especially for the chance to meet people I consider senior brothers in the line of business, that's FMN. I'm also very keen on discussing more ways that I think we can be very valuable to each other in solving the livestock feed problem in Nigeria.
Absolutely love it. There you have it. Someone who has plans and ideas on how to address the issue of food waste. Congratulations to Chooks and his partner. They're going to be going forward and making sure that their innovation continues to come to life and, of course, address the issues that we have spoken about. My name is Bolanle Olukani. This is the first ever FMN Prize for Innovation. Make sure that you continue to follow the FMN group and continue to find out how you can also contribute to the issues that FMN is addressing across the continent. See you guys next time.